So it looks like we had some, we've been having some frost for the last couple days slash last like 2 weeks or so, on and off. And it looks like within the last 2 days, it finally hit these potatoes here, which is unfortunate because I don't think they got quite big enough to tuber, especially these ones here. These ones and that one over there. I don't think they made anything. That one probably didn't make anything. These ones might have made some, but I don't think they grew at all, because my understanding is that they don't really tuber out until the flowers have showed up. So that's unfortunate. I might try this again in the future with, like, maybe if I made like a miniature greenhouse to protect them or something. But our long season potatoes are ready, because they will just grow and grow and grow. You know, we planted them in the spring. They'll just grow and grow and grow until the cold weather kills them off. So that's what I'm going to be pulling up today, since they're finally, well, these ones have mostly kind of died out on their own, but that cold weather's really hit this guy. And then you guys might have remembered the berries that I found. I had to pick those off a couple days ago because one of them had already fallen off and split, I think, from the cold, and then the other two were getting to that point too. It was already starting to die off like this, so I decided to just pull them early, and I got them bagged up for safekeeping. Hopefully I can get some usable seeds from them, but in the meantime we're going to be harvesting these guys. So I'm going to get started on that row over there. Got my wheelbarrow out here already. I'm going to go grab a shovel or something to start pulling some of the wood chips back, and we're going to see what we get. So I left some sticks in the ground to kind of identify where they would be, because I had a feeling I might forget or something might happen. So if I remember correctly, I originally did a square around here. I've got a stick there, I got a stick there, but then I also had a couple left over that I put in this smaller section here, because I got that little stick there as well. So I'm going to pull out some of these weeds, chop off the tops of some of these, and then get to yanking some of these out. Maybe I was crazy when I thought that I put some over here, but I didn't find any over in this side here. Looks like I'm just starting to get them at this point, and I'm noticing some, what I can only assume to be rodent or something else, managed to find and chew on some of these. So I'm just gonna keep going carefully and look at getting some kind of smallish ones, nothing too crazy so far. And I'm going to keep going this way. I got this edge here made up, and I'll just slowly start working my way this way to see what I get. This is the first decent sized one that I just cracked into, and it looks like we're getting a couple decent sized ones here, which is pretty impressive considering they've been asleep the longest. I was concerned we would get some more insect or pest attacks on it. You can see the husk of the original one there. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going and show you guys what the total haul is here in a second. Okay, so this is what I got from the whole row here, and I think just in terms of quality and, I don't know, production wise, I think we're still about the same as in our last location, which isn't the end of the world. This variety seems to do really good at doing large numbers, not necessarily large tubers. So I've got a couple decent sized ones here, and a lot of small ones, which would probably work fine for like a stew or a soup or something. You know, they're small enough you could probably just roast them and eat them whole without even having to skin them. And then we had a little bit of bug damage, and I think these are snails. It even looked like a couple of these ones, I'm not really sure where they are. Right here, this one. It almost looks like they got ate into and then they healed over. So there's definitely more of a slug presence this time around. And I'm not sure if they're just eating it because there's nothing else around for them to eat, or what else is going on there. But I just thought that was interesting. We're going to come over and do this one here now. This is, like I probably mentioned a million times now, this was a volunteer from where I grew them last time. And just from the size of the plant, this is like exactly where the most productive plant was last year. And just based off of the huge size of it, the canopy, I'm expecting this to be a pretty big harvest in this one spot. I don't know if it's going to be a large number, but they're definitely going to be the large tubers. So I'm going to start ripping this guy out. Look at how thick that stem is. It's starting to get woody. Okay, I started coming around, same thing as last time, just going around the perimeter, and I'm just noticing just the insane amount of fungal growth in all these wood chips. This stuff is like solid. And it looks like what are those culinary mushrooms? No, not portobellos. I'm not sure. That's just what it looks like. It looks like it's all from those. It's just extremely active growth right underneath the top of these wood chips. And I'm seeing, yeah, this is a really big hole. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is crazy. Something about this spot right here is just extremely fertile for these potatoes. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my goodness. There it is, slug, and looks like a little roly-poly there. So got some more. Oh gosh, they just went straight into the ground there. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. I'm gonna get the rest of these dug up here for you guys. All right, so got it pulled out. That is just from one plant compared to that. Almost the same in volume. But these guys are massive. Look at these guys. Absolutely massive. And I'm seeing, again, a little bit of what looks like slug damage. This one here has it doesn't look like damage, but it's a hole. There's something in there trying to get it out. And then this one here has I've actually noticed quite a few centipedes. So centipedes are doing a lot of pest control in this space, but it just doesn't look like it was quite enough. Found a lot of slugs. I think, knowing what I've learned from the other experiment that I just did and from these guys, I think I might try chitting next year to try to reduce the number of potatoes, and then maybe fertilizer or something else to try to bring up that soil nutrients. Because, oh my gosh, that was just insane. Look at the taproots that were on these two from the thick one. Look at that taproot. That is insane. Monstrous. Same thing with this guy. I've never seen this before on a potato. So I think I'm continuing on in the right direction. I just need to tweak a couple things, but these guys just look beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that, and I'll catch you on the next one.